Welcome to Ballet Bites. Today, we're diving deep into those burning debates every beginner faces in the dance world. We've got 7 moves, 1 living room, and, a million questions to explore.
Yep, it's gonna be a wild ride. So let's jump right into it. What's our first burning question?
Alright, so, question 1. How do newbies balance practice volume with warm-up, cross-training, and rest so they don't end up with overuse injuries?
That's key.
Essentially, experts now advise capping any single discipline to about 5 days a week, with a full rest day to help avoid that crazy 72% overuse injury rate seen in young dancers.
Right, and that one full rest day is like, a lifesaver. It's almost like giving your muscles a mini vacation, isn't it?
Exactly. And there's this cool insight from sports medicine researchers. They even recommend taking 2 to 3 off months per year to totally help keep the body in check. And
Yeah,
don't even get me
definitely.
started on the warm-ups.
Absolutely. I mean, who knew that swapping out classic port de bras for a neuromuscular routine, mini squats, calf raises, dynamic hip swings, could cut injury risks nearly in half, right?
Right. And, adding just 5 minutes of core fire drills like planks and bird dogs before those pliés, tendus, and sautés can really kick your game up a notch.
That's smart.
It's all about building that strength and flexibility gradually.
And then there's that advice on tracking weekly load. It's kind of like, if Monday's reveling in a releve marathon torched your calves, then Tuesday should be all about mobility work. Maybe a resistance band circuit for the ankles.
Exactly. You celebrate the day when everything feels steady instead of shaky, and then you dial it down with some rest. It's such a practical way to manage load and recovery.
Moving on then, what about question 2? Are those AI-powered wearable sensors really the game changer for home coaching?
Great segue. So, these AI wearables are showing lots of promise. For example, there's a study from Nature Scientific Reports that spotlighted a $15 micro-bit strap detecting turnout and timing errors within a 3-degree margin.
Yeah, that's impressive. But I guess as promising as that sounds, it's not the full picture. I mean, if it can miss subtle nuances like epaulement, then there's still a need for human eyes, right?
Exactly. I mean, just a couple of weeks ago, there was that profile on these next-gen sensor sleeves that beam data to an app and flag shaky passe lines in real time. But let's be clear, they work best when paired with a teacher's cue on artistry and musicality.
True.
They act like training wheels rather than a full-on autopilot.
Sort of like having a coach whispering corrections in your ear while you still rely on your muscle memory.
Precisely. Now shifting gears to question 3. This one's a biggie. What's the ideal cross-training approach to boost turnout stability and jump height? Is it strength training, Pilates, or barre?
Ooh, yes. That's where many beginners get into those cross-training wars.
So, let's break it down. First, a meta-analysis from the Journal of Strength and Conditioning found that traditional strength training, think goblet squats and Romanian deadlifts, can boost lower body power by an effect size of 1.84. That's like huge for sautés
Right, that's pretty
and overall
significant.
performance.
But then, on the other hand, Pilates still dominates when it comes to spinal control and endurance and turnout. It's like your core's best friend.
Exactly. And then there's barre. A self-feature from February highlighted that while barre is superb for muscular endurance and balance, it might not maximize raw force production.
I see. So, would you say the best approach is to mix them up?
Totally. The sweet spot seems to be hitting 2 strength sessions alongside 1 Pilates or barre class per week. That mix gives beginners the best of both worlds: power, stability,
Yeah, that balanced
and
recipe
control.
sounds ideal. Oh, and here's a cool bonus tip I heard. Film your grand battement before and after a month of lunges and side kicks. Most dancers see a 2-inch jump in height and much cleaner hip alignment.
Right, capturing those tiny wins is so motivating. Now, on to our final burning question. Does going green with dancewear, like eco-friendly tights, hurt your performance?
Ah, the eco-warrior debate meets ballet. I love it.
Absolutely. Imperfect Points literally dropped the first fully recycled tights that boast the same stretch as your traditional nylon. Their May durability tests show breathability that matches classic cotton spandex.
That's reassuring. But there's a bit of a twist. The sizing might run a bit snug. If you're between sizes, it might be best to order up or even test different brands via a video call party with friends.
Right. And while eco-friendly gear is awesome, it won't automatically fix your technique. You still need to focus on those short, vivid imagery rehearsals, like picturing heels kissing magnets during your releves,
Yep,
to lock
technique
in
is
the
still
muscle
king.
memory.
So, to sum up our quick dive into this year's hottest beginner debates.
Exactly. Quick recap. First, cap your practice to 5 days a week. Mix in neuromuscular warm-ups and track your load to prevent those injuries.
Right on. Then, use AI wearables to assist your training, but remember, they're not a substitute for that human touch.
Yep, exactly. And for cross-training, a balanced combination of 2 days of strength and 1 day of either Pilates or barre gives you the best boost for power
Smart
and
move.
stability.
And if you're into eco-friendly choices, go for recycled tights while keeping an eye on fit and pairing them with focused technique practice.
Right. It's all about blending innovation with tradition, keeping safety and performance in balance, while also looking after our planet.
I gotta say though, one thing I'm a bit skeptical about is whether beginners might over-rely on the sensor tech. I mean, isn't there a risk that they might skip learning by feeling and, depend too much on the numbers?
That's a good point. The advice is clear. Use wearables as a guide. They should enhance your natural, intuitive corrections from a teacher, not replace them. It's like having a roadmap, but still needing to navigate the actual terrain.
Exactly, you gotta pay attention to your body, not just the readings. And speaking of readings, tracking those tiny improvements, like a steadier releve or softer sauté landing, is a great motivator. You know, celebrating even small wins makes the whole journey more enjoyable.
Absolutely. Dance is a progression, and every micro improvement builds up your skills over time. That's what keeps the passion alive.
Well, that wraps up our deep dive into today's hottest debates. Got follow-up questions? Hit us up with comments, and maybe we'll even test some of these sensor sleeves in a live session.
Yep, thanks for tuning in. Keep those muscles warmed up, stay curious, and most importantly, enjoy every plie and jeté. Catch you next time on Ballet Bites.